You want to start working out, or maybe you've tried and you just can't stay consistent. We're going to be talking about where to start, how to stay consistent, where to begin, and also how to not dread your workouts. Ever feel like building habits is hard, like really uncomfortable? Well, you're not alone, and there's a scientific reason why. Hi everyone, I'm Kimber Grace, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about building habits, where to start, how to actually start working out and stay consistent, and how to push through the uncomfortable feeling when you're trying to start working out. Our brains are wired for efficiency, and they love familiar routines because they're energy saving. You don't have to think, and I don't know about you, but I love a good routine where I don't have to waste any more energy on thinking of what to do next. When you're building a new habit, you're essentially making new neural pathways in your brain, and that's why this feels so uncomfortable, and you often want to resort back to your old habits. This uncomfortable feeling is almost like your brain is protesting, being like, hey, what's going on? This is not normal. And this uncomfortable feeling is a good thing. That just means your brain is adapting. So how do we do it? How do we push through those uncomfortable feelings to achieve our goals, or maybe start working out? First, you're going to want to start small. Strive for consistency, not perfection. And I know this is a hard pill for me to swallow whenever I'm building new habits. It is so hard for me not to compare to other people who are just at the top of the game at whatever it is I'm trying to get better at. But it's really important to just put some blinders on and focus on yourself when you're building a new habit and start small. For example, working out 5 minutes a day. That's it. You're just trying to build the action of doing it often and consistently. When you're building a new habit, it's important to remember to make it as easy as possible for yourself so you don't have to think about it. You're just going to be going through the motions, kind of getting into the routine of it. We don't want to sit and contemplate, should I do it? I don't really feel like doing it. I don't even know what to wear. Make sure you're laying out your clothes the night before you work out. Make sure you're picking out something comfortable so it makes the process more comfortable. And make sure that you already have the 5-minute activity that you're going to be doing so you don't have to waste any energy or time thinking about it. And finally, remind yourself that the uncomfortable feelings are just temporary, and remind yourself of why you're doing it. That it's so you can get better sleep, you feel happier, and you have more energy.
Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy.
So now that you know how building new habits work, we're going to be talking about how to keep a positive mindset around working out and building new habits. So I think we all often forget how powerful our words and thoughts can be. Proverbs 18:21, I think, says that death and life are in the power of the tongue. So it's really important when you're starting a new habit to not be beating yourself up all the time and to have negative thoughts around working out, like, I hate working out. I have no time for working out. It makes me sore. It takes time out of my day when I could be doing something else fun, like watching a movie. If you constantly are telling yourself that you hate working out and you always fall off a routine and just can't stay consistent, it's really important to stop those thoughts. And maybe if you don't have any positive thoughts that come to your mind around working out, is write down 3 positive things about working out that it makes you feel happier, you'll get better sleep. Start telling yourself that you can do it, you're going to stick to your routine, and just tell your brain the opposite of the negative thoughts, basically. Now, don't blow it out of proportion and be like, I'm the most fit person in the world and I'm never going to skip a day of working out, because that's unrealistic. We all have bad days sometimes. We have days where we just can't make it to our workout, and that's okay. It's just important to not skip a day and then be like, well, I'm just going to not work out for the rest of the week. It's also really important not to work out that much at one time as a beginner, because you're more prone to injury, and you just want to make sure that you're taking the right steps to avoid injury and to make sure you're doing the workouts and movements correctly. Like when I first started working out and I was doing like dumbbells, that was something that was really odd for me and like out of my comfort zone. So the first few workouts I did, I followed a video. It was like 5 minutes long for beginners, and I didn't even use weights because I was just really focused on getting my form right so I wouldn't injure myself. And it's kind of like learning to braid hair, if you've ever done that before. When you're learning to braid for the first time, your hands are just like, what do? I don't know what to do, and you drop the hair a lot, and it's really frustrating. It's kind of the same thing when you're building your muscles and building muscle memory, because your body will just know the correct way to do it, and you'll just build that muscle memory and you won't have to think about your form as much. You can totally start as a beginner by just walking or doing some kind of body weight workout only. I love doing these, especially when I don't feel like lifting weights one week, and I still do them. So if you are interested in getting some workout equipment, I love buying at-home workout equipment because it's just like my little mini gym. So I'm going to be showing you guys all of that real quick. Okay, so this is my treadmill that I use to work out at home, and I absolutely love this treadmill. It is one of the best purchases I've ever made. It's totally worth it. And of course, in my opinion, if you're gonna buy workout equipment, why not get it in pink or a color that you like? So TikTok and Amazon are definitely going to be your friend. So this is from TikTok Shop, and it is absolutely one of my favorites. I'll have a few different options linked for you guys. I wanted to give you guys a closer look. So this one comes with a remote, and it goes pretty fast, but not too fast, and that's what I like about it. And it is just really handy, and you can fit it under the bed or whatever. It's not like huge or anything and impossible to fit in a small space. So that is why I like this so much. The thing I use at home to work out is this mat, and I know most people get thin, tiny little yoga mats, but I just love this one so much. I will definitely be getting a smaller yoga mat to take with me, like to workout classes or whatever, but I just really like this one because it folds up, but it just make sure that your spine is not going to be hurting from laying on the floor. If you want to start working out at home and you want to go and buy some weights, definitely do not get overwhelmed and buy like 10 different ones. When you first start working out, you definitely do not need anything super heavy. I started with 5 pounds. You can start with 2 pounds. You can even start with nothing. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but when I started doing workout videos at home, I would do like a whole 10-minute video of the movements just to get my form perfect, so I would be getting the most out of my workouts when I did use weights. And this really helped me a lot, just doing the motions with nothing and then repeating it with the weight in my hand. So when I first started, I started using 5-pound weights, and I know these aren't the cutest, and I'm definitely going to be getting some that are nicer looking than this, but I just used what I had at home. And you can even use like water bottles to start off with if you just want to get after it and you don't have any weight. I absolutely love these because they match my treadmill. They're cute, and Five Below actually has these, and they have a few different sizes, so you can get some 5-pound weights from Five Below. You can get 2 pounds, whatever you're looking for. I use these for mostly Pilates. So after I was a bit into my workout journey, I got some 10-pound weights. You can use 10-pound weights for a ton of different workouts. When you hear someone say use heavy weights for a workout, you always need to make sure you're using what suits you best. Not be starting with like 20 or 30 pounds. That is way out there, way too heavy. So make sure you're starting with something that is suitable for where you are in your fitness journey. I firmly believe that working out should be fun most of the time if you can help it, and I really enjoy doing all different kinds of workouts and mixing it up. I don't like walking every single day, every single week. That can get really repetitive and boring. I will usually do 2 to 3 different kinds of workouts every week. That's one reason why the Pilates Princess, Pilates Studio kind of trend went really viral a few years ago, is because they were trying to make working out look very aesthetic and pleasing and fun, and it did work for a lot of people, and that's really, really good. And if that's what it takes to get you to enjoy working out, is making you just look really cute and aesthetic, then go for it. So I like to mix it up and do different activities. That's just one example of how to make working out more fun. And if you think of, I want to start working out, that does not mean that you have to start lifting weights every week to say you worked out. Working out can be biking, it could be playing pickleball with friends, it could be literally anything that is just getting your body moving. If you really love music, or just like have a favorite artist that you love and you don't want to put on the workout clothes and go to the gym, I recommend just turning on Spotify and just dancing around. Like, it doesn't have to look good, as long as you're getting your heart rate up. It's a great way to get cardio in your week. Dancing is actually one of my favorite ways to work out. I like doing dance workouts from YouTube. I like doing weightlifting. I like doing Pilates. I also enjoy playing pickleball. Walking is one of my favorite ways to work out because it offers so many health benefits and just really helps me to clear my mind. I love walking outside. It's one of my favorite things to do when it's nice weather. It's super accessible and you don't have to spend a ton of money on a membership or anything for it because you can just find a trail that you like, walk outside, or you can even get a treadmill for the days that it's not nice weather. Don't underestimate walking. It is great for beginners. It's low impact, and if you stay consistent with it 15-30 minutes a day, it is a great way to start your fitness journey. I usually walk on Saturdays or just when I feel like it or don't have a lot of time for a long workout. I know a lot of women are usually intimidated to get into lifting weights, but it's definitely something you don't want to be missing out on or skipping, and some of us are worried about getting super bulky, but that is just not the case. It takes longer for women to put on muscle, and it is super important for our health as women to be lifting weights. And when I say that, I don't mean anything crazy. This is usually what an average leg day will look like for me. I will sometimes walk on leg days as well. I will do Pilates if it is a day that I feel that I'm not up to lifting weights, but on a normal day, I like to lift weights for leg day. Keep in mind that if you are just starting out using weights for workouts like this, that you'll want to be taking it super slow and controlled and focusing on your form so you're not hurting your back or anything. And that is the number one way to prevent injury, is just making sure that you're really working on your form. And I even, like I said before, like to do it without weights for the first couple times to see, just make sure that I am doing it correctly. I love doing a deep stretch on leg days as well. I'm trying to get my split right now. I make sure that I fit it in to do a deep stretch some point in my week. Stretching and flexibility is just something that I've always been into, especially since I enjoy dancing. Flexibility is just something that is really great to have. It's also important to remember as a beginner to do some light stretching, and that's all for Wednesday. Tuesdays is one of my favorites because I love working out my arms. It's just one of my favorite workouts to do. And this is just what some arm days look like for me. Sometimes I will just do body weight exercises. Sometimes I will do Pilates. Do not underestimate mat Pilates. It is so hard and is really good for just building stamina and core strength, and I just love it because you're on your arms most of the time if you're doing exercises on the mat, so then it's just like a really good slow burn. So every time looks a little different. Sometimes I'll do a 5 to 10 minute quick arm workout that is just a lot of fast movements with light weights, and sometimes I will do a more intense with heavier weights for 15 minutes, but usually slower. And this day I decided that I wanted to do a full body workout, so I did some arms and then I decided to do some Pilates for my lower body, and I like to switch it up and fit into workouts if I can. And don't be fooled by this video. Even though I'm not using heavy weights for this workout, my legs were absolutely on fire, and definitely some footage I did not include because it was so brutal. And that's all for Tuesday. Now, finding the time to work out can be tricky because we think we don't have time to work out, especially when it is hard and uncomfortable at first, like I talked about before. But we spend so much time on our phone nowadays going, oh, I just kind of feel sluggish. Check the hours that you spend on your phone a day or just specific apps and just trade out just 5 or 10 minutes a day for 3 times a week. You'll be blown away at how much time you actually have and how much time you're wasting throughout your week. It's crazy. I'm probably gonna work out after this and maybe take her for a walk. That's another great workout, is just walking your dog. Get yourself a dog. They'll really get you in shape. Well, except her. She's just really lazy. That's not a good example. So I hope this video inspired you guys to work. Wait, now I'm trying to do my outro, thank you. I hope this inspired you to work out and gave you the motivation to do that. And let me know in the comments what kinds of workouts you enjoy doing.
Thanks for stopping by.